my gremlins and ghouls, how are you doing today? So today we are on my second island of Mugwump, and I am going to be building a tropical jungle entrance for you. So without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, so here we are. This is the space that we're working with in front of my resident services. It's not a super small space, but it is semi-relatively close to the entrance, so I wanted to try to be as creative with the space as I possibly could. You might notice throughout this video that I do cut out large swatches of time where I am laying down the path or building up terraforming or waterscaping. Believe me, you are not missing anything other than me just futzing with something for like far too long. It's honestly sad. So, funny story about this build, I put it off for as long as humanly possible. I don't know why that is. I think the main thing was I was just not vibing with like the jungle theme for a bit. I was feeling like it was a bit overdone, but you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder, and I left this for probably like a couple weeks, and I came back to this island and I was like, the greens, the vivid colors, and so I was inspired to actually build this bit. There really wasn't any kind of grand idea surrounding this build. I really just wanted to create an area that flowed kind of naturally into my resident services and to the area behind my resident services, which if you are interested in seeing it, my first video on this channel is actually my island tour of this island. It's still very much a work in progress, but if you would like to see a little bit more of what this island actually looks like, then I will be leaving a link in the description below if you are interested in seeing kind of the vibe that I was going for that transferred into this build. You'll notice throughout this build that I was trying desperately to get that butterfly figure to work in this build, like on top of that piece of landscape. It doesn't work. I try to place it like approximately 1 billion times. It's just not happening. It's just too big. I mean, the truth is, I just need like 1,000 more of Flick's bug models, and I hate that you can only request one of them per day from him because I'm struggling out here, honestly. As you can see there, I was laying down a path. That path does not stay because I had a slightly better idea for what I wanted to put there. Here I am again, once again, trying to get that butterfly to work. It's not gonna work, sis. It's just not gonna work. So here you can see I'm starting in on some waterscaping. My ideal idea in the beginning was to make a little bridge that led from this pathway to resident services, but as you can already tell, there was no space for that. So I built this teeny little land bridge kind of idea. I thought it would be cool. It was kind of looking kind of wonky and not like what I had envisioned. The space is kind of quite small. I didn't leave myself a lot of space, but I did desperately try to get this idea to work for a bit. It does eventually lead itself to something good, I promise. As you can see here, you can see the many iterations of me trying to make a little like pathway over there that looked like a bridge, but sadly, you know, it doesn't cover up the whole space, so it just looks dumb. So, you know, those green bits showing just don't work. And here's the bit where I decided absolutely not, that looks stupid, and I made it just a little hippity hoppity, skippity scoppity little spot, you know? I usually don't make areas like this because I like watching my villagers kind of walk through places, but I think it adds a fun little bit of interactivity, like you're going on an adventure and you have to jump over to get to my resident services. And here I am dropping a little dino egg on the ground and some dinosaur bones. Oh, I love that I got to use this shell speaker. Like, what a cool piece. And here I am just making that bit of it more lush, adding more little custom designs under things, more mush items. I like to use a lot of the mush parasols around my builds, mainly because this island is supposed to be kind of prehistoric, kind of lost in time. Not all of the sections are based around dinosaurs or prehistory, but the opening bits of the island are going to be. I want to give that impression that perhaps there are creatures here, like dinosaurs or the like, that are still wandering, you know, the realm. Nobody knows. Oh, and here you can see my dumbass being stung by wasps. Oh, God. Amateur hour, ladies. And here's a bit of the futzing with the path that I actually kept in for some reason. You can see kind of how horrendous it all was. Be grateful it's not here in this cut because goodness gracious. And here, not related to the build, but I gave Sly this beautiful crown because he is my king, he's my baby, and he looks so good. there he comes. Look at him. Look at him. Look at his little tail. He's so cute. And then if I am not incorrect, I believe he plops down in the center of this build because he is an angel. Yep, there he goes. There's the plop, and off he goes. Had to put a little gong there. And here I am just adding some little details to this build, like the big leaf umbrellas and the green leaf piles. And here you can see I'm just reorganizing some of the stuff that I had up top just so it looks more integrated with the area that I'm going for. I don't like to put too many big items in the front. I like to kind of layer it with smaller items, so I was just going back and changing that a bit. And here I am just scattering some shells. Oop, cut to the next scene. With this wonderful rock head. God, I want the fake one, honestly, that's smiling. If I ever find the fake one, I think I'm going to change it out because I really like the fake one. I'm really glad that I actually stuck to it and tackled this build because now I'm excited to do some of the more intricate and exciting builds on this island that I've been putting off, mainly because I didn't know what the layout of my entrance was. So maybe if there's a build that you are putting off, perhaps try to just kind of do it. It might ignite your inspiration for another build on your island. You can see Tucker in the back wearing that horrendous school jacket that Savannah gave him, like when I first started this island. I love them both, but I will never forgive that absolute betrayal, Savannah. I'm sorry. I was trying not to obscure the view of resident services just because I do like visiting the resident services and seeing all of my villagers hanging out there because that's where the majority of them are going to be. But I did want to make what I hope to look like a bit of a thick canopy of trees. So a bit of obscuring resident services was in order. I believe we are about to round off this build, so I will see you in just a second. And here we are. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more on this island, please consider subscribing. I have a lot of cool builds lined up for the future, including a Greco-Roman inspired area for Klaus and an Egyptian desert inspired area for Anka. Also, I would love to chat with you in the comments down below if you have anything to say about this build. Regardless of anything, I hope that you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. Please stay safe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.